I met Josh Sullivan and his wife Megan for the first time tonight at their church in Maryville, Fellowship Baptist. He's the missionary kidnapped in South Africa last month, grabbed along with his wife by gunmen during a church service while his 4 kids and the congregation watched. Tonight we learned a lot. They've been back in East Tennessee a couple of weeks now, just over 2. Last night is the first night he says he hasn't had a nightmare. His kidnappers asked, "Do you want to eat KFC?" right after they grabbed him. And his rescuers might not have known he was being held by the 3 men they had just killed in that shootout. We're going to start with that and then go back to the beginning.
The police officer that found me in the vehicle comes in and we get to meet, take a photo and all that. And he told me, he said, "I want you to know that I know that there's people praying for you. And I know that you're a praying man because we got lost when we found you." They had gotten a tip of a suspicious vehicle, that they were just following a lead. They were actually headed to a different house. They took a wrong turn, pulled into a driveway to turn around. And when they pulled into that driveway, 3 men jumped out of a car and started firing at them.
Do you want to tell me what happened? What happened that night?
Well, I was just expecting to give them I preach from an iPad. I was expecting to give them that and maybe have some phones taken from the church people. But when they hit me over the head with the gun and grabbed my wife, I knew this is different. Something's up. They got me to the ground and they knew my name, called me by name, said, "Josh, is this your wife?" I was terrified. I said, "Yes, that's my wife."
How were you treated when you were held captive?
Physically, they took care of me. They didn't beat me or anything like that. But mentally, they would come in and say awful, evil things to me, and they would, especially right before a phone call, the first phone call where I spoke to Jeremy, and basically before every phone call, they would, I guess, hype me up. I don't know. They say evil things to me to try to get in my head. I guess they're trying to scare me. But when there was nothing else going on, they were nice to me. They were fine to me.
How many times did you pray over the course of this? Essentially a week.
Yeah. It was essentially, I think we said it was 122 hours I was in there. And the whole time that I wasn't sleeping. Yeah, the Bible says pray without ceasing. It might have been the first time I ever did that.
The only reason Josh and Megan wanted to be interviewed was to spread their message that God got them through all this. He was actually forced to bend over in the back seat of a car that the kidnappers were in. They jumped out, started shooting at police. Police shot back, not a single bullet hit that car. The kidnappers originally threatened to hurt Megan, but they let her go at the church door. They didn't know Josh understood their language, one of the few that still uses clicks. So even though they threatened him in English, he knew they had just wanted money. Members of the congregation covered and hid their 13-year-old daughter when the kidnappers broke in. They do plan to live in a missionary home in Knox County for now and do plan to go back to South Africa perhaps next year. Megan, his wife, with a great deal to say about what the family went through. We're going to have that for you tomorrow and more from Josh. WVLT News at 6 o'clock.